we can now officially project that Donald Trump will become the 47th president of the United States. He will be going back to the White House.
We're not going to take it anymore. Kamala, you're fired. Get out, get out. You're fired.
Well, like probably a lot of you, my sleep pattern is totally off today. I still got on my election day gear, of course, out here in MAGA country. You know, we showed up and showed out. That was never in question. Didn't know what type of shenanigans we would see in other parts of the country. So like many of you, I still suffer from PTSD from the 2020 election. So I was not going to bed last night until we got an official announcement. It just was not gonna happen. So as long as Charlie Kirk was going to be on, I was gonna stay logged on, even though we're in the Eastern time zone. So I didn't go to bed until like 4 o'clock in the morning, but it did give me the chance to catch that special moment when he became emotional, when he realized that we had the victory. And I thought that was awesome to see.
I am just humbled by God's grace.
It's all God. It's all God. God alone.
Because of all the hard work that he and everyone that's a part of Turning Point USA and TP USA Faith have been involved in the last 3.5 years, I've gotten the chance to personally work with people like Chip, Connor, Sloan, and Seth. And it has been an amazing experience to get to know you brothers and work with you in this mission. I'm gonna wait a week or two before dropping this video because I wanna see if some of the predictions I've shared with my wife are actually going to come to pass. The first one is that all of the crying and the complaining that you're going to see about the reason Kamala lost this election, got totally blown out, is because of racism, white supremacy, misogyny, all of the woke talking points, and they'll never admit that she was a horrible candidate that ran a trash campaign, straight dumpster fire.
Should never again stand behind the seal of the President of the United States. Never again. Never again.
And that's why they had to go with basically a game plan of using hype and smoke and mirrors, hoping that the American people would be too dumb.
To all the pollsters, the election pollsters, blow me. I don't ever want to from you again, ever.
You literally had someone campaigning on, I know this administration has sucked the last 3.5 years, but give us another 4 and we'll double down on it. And your lives will be so much better. Not. The other thing is, I'm interested to see what happens when the receipts are made public. All of these celebrities and pop stars that came out and gave these endorsements and concerts, how much were they actually paid? Because I seriously doubt they were doing it for free. And so they literally rolled these people out on stage, told you not to believe your lying eyes about the last 3.5 years, vote against your own best interests, They collected a check and all went back to their mansions. Absolute picture of hypocrisy. The other thing is, watch the crying and the wailing that comes from the poverty pimps and the race baiters. You know, the shepherds that are for sale. Watch the sermons that come out about how America is irredeemably racist and that Kamala lost because of those same things, and that now black people are going to go back 5 decades and it's going to be Jim Crow 2.0.
Is this country really that misogynistic that we can't even fathom a female being in the leadership role?
I wouldn't be surprised if they say buses for black people and buses for white people and black people got to sit in the back of the plane. I would not be surprised.
All of the same scare tactics that they have ran for the entire year, they're not going to look at themselves in the mirror and say, you know what, this didn't work. I really believe that they're going to triple and quadruple down on these things because they are one-trick ponies. It's all they have. When you understand that the whole foundation of cultural Marxism is about lies and division. Without that, it cannot flourish. So because of that, we got to understand that this is what they're going to continue to do. And so as Christians, as conservatives, as patriots, we have to understand that the Lord blessed us with a victory, but the work is not over. This is just the beginning. We have a long way to go in order to make this country great again. It's now important for us to hold this incoming administration accountable for the things that they campaigned on that they were going to do. The swamp needs to be drained. The illegal immigrants need to be deported. And that's just the start. You know, I am so excited about AmFest this year. I think that the last 2 years that I've gone is going to be nothing compared to the energy and the celebration that we're going to have in a little over a month. I can't wait because there's a lot of you that I'm just gonna give a big bear hug to. The last 2 years, we've energized each other, we've connected, but this year we're gonna do that, but we're also going to get to congratulate each other, and then we're going to talk about the areas that all of us have been called to and what we need to do in 2025 to continue to make America great again. So here's what we have to understand. The mainstream media is going to continue to do the lies and disinformation that they do. Even though they were massively exposed with this election, I don't expect them to change. This is fundamentally who they are. So we have to understand that. That's the reality of the situation. So that means us who are involved in independent media, we already know what our mission is. We have to continue to expose them and put out the truth because they're not going to do it. It's not going to happen.
And tonight they're trading in a lot of hope for a lot of hurt. And they were hoping that maybe this time, one of their own could be seen as worthy.
So again, I'm sleepy, but I'm ecstatic. You know, I'm tired, but I'm excited. I know that we cannot make the same mistake in 2025 that we did in 2005. That's just how far back I go in this thing. And, you know, I'm going to be a constant voice reminding everyone that we have to stay focused on what the goal truly is. The harvest is plenty. We got work to do. Let's get out in the mission field. You know how I always leave you. It's time for us to wake up, to grow up, and to step up. God bless.